Welcome to this e-learning module of the PLAST2bCLEANED project, which is about polymer sorting via Raman spectroscopy. I am Ainara Pocheville, a researcher of the Recycling and Circular Economy Department of Gaiker. First of all, I'm going to introduce you the problematic of wheat plastics recycling in industry. These type of plastics are separated by mechanical methodologies using different sorting technologies like near-infrared spectroscopy, density separation, or electrostatic separation. However, these techniques have some technical limitation, and a large part of these plastics are not recovered and nowadays end up incinerated. The technical barriers to wheat plastics recycling are the incorrect identification with the usual spectroscopic techniques in industry, because these wheat plastics have high content of additives like pigments such as carbon black, stabilizers, plasticizers, or brominated flame retardants. Usually, we recyclers find complex composition in the mix, and they find not only engineering plastics but also PCBs, cables, or metals. However, these drawbacks are also opportunities and challenges for researching on advanced sensoring technologies, for the identification of black polymers, and also to obtain recycled plastic that comply with regulations like REACH, RoHS, or POP. So, in PLAST2bCLEANED project, we have been researching on Raman spectroscopy as an alternative technology to combine with industrial sorting techniques. The main innovation will be to sense color and dark samples, and in this project, our target polymers to sort have been the polystyrene, considering it as a blend of high-impact polystyrene and general-purpose polystyrene. The second polymer has been the ABS, and in the third case is the PC-ABS. In order to develop an advanced sorting technique, we have considered the technical requirements of the wheat plastics recyclers and also the quality requirements of the end users of the recycled plastics. In this slide, we will give you a brief introduction to Raman spectroscopy, which is an analytical technique based on light scattering that uses a laser as a source of high-intense monochromatic light. The laser used in Raman spectroscopy have different wavelengths that are in the range of ultraviolet and near-infrared spectrum. In this project, we have used two different lasers, one of 785 nanometer and other laser of 1064 nanometer. Basically, at lab scale, to analyze a plastic sample, we place it under the laser beam, then the sample is irradiated and the scattered light reaches the spectrometer. In the detector, the scattered light is transformed into a Raman signal. As a result, we obtain the Raman spectrum of the plastic, which is a chemical fingerprint, and if this Raman spectrum is of good quality, we can obtain characteristic peaks of the plastic for its chemical identification. In the PLAST2bCLEANED project, we have analyzed different wheat streams, but one of our main targets has been to classify plastics from the sinking fraction. This wheat fraction is composed of heavy plastics, which are rich in brominated flame retardant, and as you can see on the picture, these are black polymers. This fraction contains the target polymers to sort in the PLAST2bCLEANED project, that is polystyrene, ABS, and also PC-ABS. However, the main result that we obtain with the Raman analysis at lab scale is that it is quite difficult to identify the polymers of the sinking fraction only with the Raman spectrum, because in a lot of cases we obtain background or fluorescence, and in most black samples the detector is saturated. That is, those black samples are overheated under the laser beam, and Consequently, the Raman spectrum has not good quality. Here you observe flat curves of fluorescence in the spectrum, so we cannot identify the plastics only with the Raman spectroscopy at lab scale. Consequently, in PLAST2bCLEANED project, we have analyzed Raman spectral data with chemometrics. Chemometrics is an advanced data analysis which uses mathematical models to extract information of a chemical system. In spectroscopy, chemometrics is used to remove the unwanted signal, that is the background or the fluorescence in the spectrum, and it is used to identify patterns in the data based on features that are not necessarily known. With this combination of Raman spectroscopy and chemometrics, we have developed different classification models for with plastic sorting at lab scale. First of all, we obtained the Raman spectrum of the plastics with a laser of 1064 nanometer at 1 second. Then we built a matrix of spectral data. This data set was pre-processed, and afterwards a model was trained. For that, we used a calibration set, and this model was validated with another set called the validation set. Once the classification model has been trained, we can use it to predict the type of polymers that are present in a set of samples. The best performing prediction models can be used for samples classification, and one of our best performing models can classify target polymers in 4 groups. First group is HIPS or polystyrene. The second group is to classify ABS. The third group to classify PCABS. And we have another classification group to identify and classify other polymers that could be present in a gray stream. According to our best performing models, we can obtain sorted PS and ABS with a high purity, around 80%, and with a classification rate of 60%, considering the overall classification of the gray stream. With the best performing classification model, we have conducted sorting tests at lab scale, that is at TRL4, to analyze with samples of CRTs and LCDs for polymer identification. As a result, we have sorted target polymers for dissolution test as polystyrene and ABS. Finally, the classification model and the advanced sorting technique developed with Raman spectroscopy has been scaled up. For that, we have designed, developed, and set up a Raman sorting prototype at Gaiker, and this prototype conducts Raman measurements and applies the classification model automatically. In the sorting prototype, the wee samples are fed manually, then they are detected, the laser is activated, and we obtain the Raman spectrum online. Then the classification model analyzes the spectral data and automatically gives us the result of the classification of the target polymer. If a plastic sample is classified as a target polymer, it is sorted pneumatically at the end of the line. Now you are going to watch a short video of how this Raman sorting prototype works. is the end of the presentation. So thank you for your attention. And if you have further questions or request more information about classification models or recycling, please contact us.